As a nonprofit professional, you know firsthand how hard fundraising can be. There's so much competition, so how do you make your nonprofit stand out in all that noise? Well, today I'm going to share a method we use to raise over $100,000 for a charity that supports isolated seniors. And spoiler alert, we didn't use a standard nonprofit fundraising pitch deck. We used a video pitch. Nowadays, it's so easy to create great video. We don't need those big production companies. We can create fundraising videos right on our phones, and it can be so much more impactful than a paper pitch. So let me explain. First, a bit about our project. We did our research. Now, this is super important because the research showed us that our target donors were affluent younger adults who cherish deep, loving connections with their grandparents. So instead of trying to fundraise for the overall mission, we picked a very specific program and created a fundraising campaign around it for our video. We wanted something tangible and hyper-focused based on our donors' preferences. The organization has tons of programs, but we picked just one that pairs low-income and isolated seniors with volunteers to help them get their groceries. And I'll explain more as we go along and as I give you the formula. But first up, we needed to create our video storyboard. Embarking on a video creation begins with storyboarding. Well, research actually, but then a storyboard. It's a crucial step in translating your vision into a compelling narrative. This stage is where creativity meets strategy. Here we mapped out, organized, and brainstormed not just the messaging, but also the visual elements that brought our story to life. Detail is your ally in this process. A well thought out storyboard simplifies the shooting process, acting as your roadmap. It's about plotting each scene, envisioning the shots, and anticipating the transitions. As I mentioned, our research identified that our target donors were affluent younger adults who cherish their deep, loving connections with their grandparents. This demographic naturally empathizes with our cause, driven by a desire to support isolated, impoverished seniors. We wanted to ensure that the video spoke directly to them and pulled at their motivations, desires, and pain points. So as we storyboarded, we also needed to consider using supplementary multimedia elements like motion graphics, stock footage, photos, stickers, and captions. These components can enhance the storytelling, add visual interest, and clarify the message. So first up on our storyboard is crafting the hook. Grabbing our viewers' attention in that first split second is crucial. The hook is sometimes our first and possibly only chance to really connect and engage with our audience. It needs to be tailored specifically to your target demographic. So think about what resonates with them. It could be a provocative question, a bold statement, a direct call out, or perhaps a touch of humor. So considering our target audience's bond with their grandparents, we went with imagine Grandma Jane struggling alone with her groceries. Our primary goal in any video is to evoke emotion. This isn't just about presenting the facts, it's about making your audience feel something. To achieve this, brainstorm ideas that forge emotional connections. So next up is our visual storytelling in our storyboard's visuals column. So let's detail the visual elements that will enhance our story and our hook. These aren't just decorative, they're integral to conveying your message and should align with the hook and the overall narrative. In today's video landscape, the visual approach is all about these fast cuts and dynamic movement. We call it cadence, quick and engaging. So think about how you'll visually represent the emotion you're aiming to evoke. Will you show a poignant scene of grandma with her walker, an impactful infographic of some stats, or a caption like Grandma Jane needs you popping up? Remember, the visual representation should be relatable and impactful as the message itself. It's not just about showing, it's about making the viewer feel and connect with the scenario. So moving down on our storyboard, we want to identify and illustrate the problem. Now that we have our audience's attention with the hook, it's time to delve into the heart of our message, the problems your nonprofit addresses. This is where we transition from capturing attention to fostering understanding and empathy. First, we clearly define the problem. Who does it affect? How does it impact their lives? This isn't just about stating facts, it's about painting a vivid picture that brings the issues to life for your audience. Now we build on the emotion we've started to invoke. Take the example of low-income seniors with mobility issues. The difficulty of getting groceries for them, and it's not just an inconvenience, it's a daily struggle. They face challenges like reading labels, carrying bags, and even the basic act of getting to and from the store, especially if they can't drive. We try to bring out the struggle and the emotions of this as we write our script. Back to our storyboard's visual elements, we can make the viewer not just see but feel the struggle. It's about creating a scene that's so vivid the viewer can almost step into it. Show the senior's hands trembling as they try to read the label, the strain on their face as they carry a heavy bag, the loneliness of waiting for a bus that never seems to come. Let's not forget the power of music and sound. It's an unspoken narrator that can significantly amplify the emotional impact of your video. The right soundtrack can make the struggle feel more real, more immediate. It's not just background noise, it's an integral part of the storytelling that can heighten the emotional connection with the viewer. Now we need to introduce the solution, turning their emotions and creating that roller coaster ride. After highlighting the problem, it's crucial to offer a beacon of hope, the solution your nonprofit provides. This is where we shift the narrative, showing how your supporters can be part of a transformative journey. The best videos take you on a roller coaster ride of emotions, leaving a lasting impact. So detail how your nonprofit addresses the issue. What specific actions are taken? How can people contribute, and what tangible impact does each contribution make? For instance, we said that even a $20 donation might seem modest, but it could fund a volunteer's trip to assist a lonely and isolated senior with their grocery shopping. More than just practical help, it provides invaluable companionship, often the only interaction some seniors have. So use power words and passion, lots of energy here. You can also scale up the impact. So pose a question like, could you imagine what a donation of $200 can do? This encourages viewers to think bigger, to envision a broader impact of their generosity. It's about showing how even small contributions can accumulate to create significant change. Now let's guide the visuals and auditory journey, helping to shift their emotions with scenes of connection and support. So show the volunteer warmly greeting the senior, their shared smiles as they shop, the comfort of their conversation. These visuals should radiate warmth and hope, contrasting with the earlier scenes of isolation and difficulty. Incorporate testimonials or short clips of volunteers and seniors interacting. This can also be powerful. Real stories and genuine emotions. That can significantly enhance your impact, making the problem and the solution more relatable to your audience. Finally, sealing the deal, the call to action. This is the moment of truth, the call to action. After taking your viewers on this emotional journey, it's time to guide them towards concrete action. Your CTA should be unmistakable and direct, leaving no ambiguity about what they need to do next. So encourage immediate action with phrases like, let's get Grandma Jane connected to her volunteer, or donate now at website link. The urgency and clarity in your message is key. It's about converting empathy and emotion into tangible action. But don't just tell them, show them. Here's where creative visuals can play a crucial role in turning intention into action. You can demonstrate the process, so consider including a screen recording or visual walkthrough of the donation process. And show real impact. Visualize the positive change that donations can bring. This could be a short clip or image of a senior and a volunteer happily shopping together, smiling faces receiving assistance. Remember, the goal of your visuals here is to bridge the gap between the viewer's intention and action. So make it easy, make it relatable, and most importantly, make it impactful. Now up next is a video on crafting fundraising requests in letter form, just in case you want to include good old-fashioned paper with your version of the video. So grab a pen and a paper and start storyboarding your nonprofit's video pitch and showcase how your charity can make a meaningful impact. And see you next week.